I'm Kelly Patrick alongside Chris Lights Out Lytle. Chris, we have making his way to the cage now, Bryant Haynes. For a long time now, I have said he's one of the more promising, maybe the most promising amateur prospects in the state of Kentucky. He fights out of Core Combat Sports in Louisville. He's a real good wrestler, actually out of the southern Indiana area. He's got a big right hand. You're familiar with some big striking.
Absolutely, and to be honest with you, this is probably the fight I've been most excited about happening tonight, because I think we have two very evenly matched up fighters. This should be a great fight. Like you said, now he is the challenger right now. He's getting ready to fight Christian Jones,
correct,
the champion. So this is a fight I think a lot of people have been looking forward to, especially in this weight class. This is the fight. So we're expecting great things right here.
Bryant Haynes has been training with the likes of Ruben War, Danny Harris. Of course, the Haddad family, Elio Seneca. A lot of black belts. Brent Weedman.
Yeah, I trained many times with Weedman. Weedman's a great, not only individual, but a great fighter as well. So going with him's been nothing but good for him, I'm sure. Core has a lot of very good fighters out of it. If he's with that camp, you know he's going to be a tough fighter. Making his way to the cage now is a fighter you're very familiar with, Chris, Christian Jones. Yeah, he's not too far from where I live, actually. I went in the other day and talked to some of the fighters, him being one of them. I know he takes it serious. I know he trains hard. That's what I mean. This is why this fight right here is one of them I've really been looking forward to.
Christian said he trains with world-renowned coaches such as 10th Planet Indianapolis head coach Jay Watkins and Bang Muay Thai decorated striking coach Ronez McGrady. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, they got good trainers there. They got good people. They got a lot of guys who are dedicated and actually believe in what they're doing. They believe that they're going to be the best, you know. So that's what you have to. In a way, I always tell fighters, you have to be delusional at some level. You know, if you get beat, you have to believe you're never going to lose again. Okay, that guy got me. I'm not going to happen. I mean, you have to go in every time thinking you are going to win without a doubt. If not, it's going to be difficult to go in there. So I think you can tell the people who are an opponent and they think they're going to go out there and lose, they lose every time. You know, okay. So you have to go out there and think, I'm going to win no matter what, or you're not going to win very many fights. Very confident. Christian Jones also said, I've been training about 10 years, and I am the B2 Digital Unified, as we said earlier, featherweight champion. Wow, that's pretty impressive right there. So
that's Coliseum Combat and HRMMA champion.
Yeah, but now he has a tough task of defending it. So
yeah, is Christian Jones the only unified B2 Digital champion
that I know of? Yes, I believe so.
I believe he is.
I know at one point I think Cameron Vanekamp had won a couple of titles.
Yeah, you may be correct.
Great call.
But I don't think he's defended those. I think they might be vacated. I'm not real sure.
He's in China, isn't he?
I think he's back. He's back now. I saw him the other day, but yeah, I'm looking forward to him doing some great things as well.
Man, that whole family is insane.
Yeah. I think we see what the crowd wants to win.
Core Combat always travels. They always bring a big crowd. And there's not many better fighters to travel and watch than Bryant Haynes.
Looks like we're going to have a good touch of gloves right here.
Yep.
And now it's on.
Jones coming out southpaw.
Looks like he wants to get in and get this fight to the ground.
Yeah, but as does Bryant.
No, I'm sorry, that's what I meant. I meant Bryant wants to get this fight to the ground.
Yeah, he knows he's the shorter fighter. Bryant's actually fighting up a weight class.
Wow. That's a tough thing to do against Christian Jones. Come up and try a challenge for that title, going up a weight class. Very difficult.
Not going up and challenging anybody.
Exactly.
Going up and challenging one of the best amateurs in the nation. But Bryant is one of the best amateurs in the nation as well. These are two of the best amateurs.
It's a good time to do it. You come up as an amateur, you go up and challenge the best. If you lose, it doesn't really go against your professional record. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they've got nothing to worry about.
You can definitely see the difference in their striking philosophies right there. Hayes is one to kind of stalk, come in straight ahead. You know, Christian Jones wanting the more movement, pick angles, pick his shots a little bit more.
My boxing coach tells me you're either the bull or the matador.
Yeah.
If you're the bull, be the best bull you can be.
Yeah.
And Bryant Haynes is a bull.
My guy Pat McPherson usually tells me you're either the hammer or the nail.
Yeah.
Be the hammer.
Yeah. It looked like one of those kicks that Bryant threw may have landed awkwardly on the shin of Christian Jones. I think it was on his right leg.
Both guys landed a few good punches there.
Yeah, so these title fights we were seeing earlier, it was guys ready to go the distance. I get the feeling that these guys don't want this to go 5 rounds.
Well, they're throwing punches with bad intentions right
Yeah.
now. Nice shot right there.
And the good chain wrestling from Bryant.
Nice defense right there. Wow,
Yeah, great,
good.
Great hits from
Good
Christian
job by
Jones.
Christian Jones. Does a great job of getting on top there. Let's see, he wants him back on his feet. He feels like he's doing good there.
Nice.
What makes it difficult right now, I know you like to see Jones throwing some leg kicks, but if he does that, he's probably going to get taken down. So it's more of a straight boxing match on his side because of he does not want to give this guy leg.
Yeah, you really don't want to kick a wrestler, let alone a wrestler as good as Bryant.
Especially a shorter one with that low center of gravity. It's going to get that leg a lot of the times.
Yeah, but Christian was landing good, but then Bryant comes right back.
Yep.
This has been a fight on the feet thus far, and it seems like it's Kentucky versus Indiana. If you look a little closer, Bryant Haynes was actually a 2-time state qualifier in Indiana, and that's saying something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bryant is actually from Charlestown, Indiana, and to make it to state in the high school of Kentucky in wrestling, it's not really that impressive. It's no big deal. To be a state qualifier in Indiana is a huge deal. There are guys that get D1 scholarships off of being a state qualifier in the state of Indiana alone.
Yeah, it's not an easy task to make it there. I can testify to that. I was an Indiana wrestler, making it there you had some really, really great wrestlers who never made it to the state tournament.
Yeah.
And it's a huge, feather in your cap to make it there. So this guy being a 2-time state qualifier is very impressive right now.
Earlier, I received a text message from Greg Bell of B2 Digital that he had just bought the United Combat League in Chicago. A lot of positive momentum around the B2 Digital fighting series.
And like I know we talked about earlier, but I cannot be more pleased with what's going on with that. I mean, especially by the United Combat League. Geez, that is such a good organization up there. Such so much knowledge and so much skill and so many fights put on. Just the matchmaker up there, very good. Just everything with that. I couldn't be more pleased. There's no place else around here I'd rather be part of.
And these two fighters embody what B2 Digital is all about, the fighting series is all about. These are guys that are looking to take not only the step to the professional level, but beyond that, maybe beyond HRMMA.
Oh, 100%. We talked about that before. I talk with these fighters. I don't want them fighting here for the next 5 years. I want them fighting here for a while and then going on to the next level. That's what we're trying to do is build fighters to get to the next level. Like more of a slip right there. I don't know.
Bump of the knees, I think.
Oh, big right hand, big right hand.
Yeah, Bryant defaulting to that wrestling.
That was a good job for Bryant, though. He got clipped and he ran right back into a good offensive takedown position.
The length of Christian is really paying dividends here.
100%, yeah, that's the difference right now.
Again, Bryant is coming up a weight class. Bryant was formerly the HRMMA 135-pound champ, I believe.
That might be why it was vacant, huh?
I'm pretty sure he won it.
Bryant is constantly stalking, trying to close that gap, which is what he has to do. Like we talked earlier, I don't want him staying in that danger zone.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of moving side to side, but that length of Christian Jones is giving him problems. But it's not just the length, it's that Christian is moving side to side as well.
Not that, but Christian's done a very good job of, even when he does get in on his legs, he's doing a good job of, his hips are phenomenal actually. He's keeping those back pretty well.
Yeah. Bryant Haynes with the ferocious takedown attempt, and what, as you said, what hips from Christian Jones to stay up.
And then look at Christian Jones coming right back with his own takedown attempt.
Yeah, and the hips of Bryant are succeeding him. Bryant pummeling him with those underhooks.
Right now we might have a case of what we talked about, him coming up a weight class. It might be tough for him to kind of control the position right now. Christian's doing a good job of keeping his back, pushed against the fence, and that makes it where he's, especially in the eyes of the judges, he's winning the fight.
Yeah, 100%. And Christian is a big 145.
Yeah, very big.
Again, we just keep going back to that length of Christian Jones, but that Derek just from that Muay Thai for Bryant Haynes is in the lab. Derek just got back from Thailand. I mean, this is legitimate Muay Thai versus legitimate boxing. But to correct myself, Christian King Jones trains at 10th Planet Indianapolis with Bang Muay Thai. A good level change there from
Nice takedown. But at the same time, you talked about, does he train Muay Thai? Absolutely. But can he really utilize that in this fight? Probably not. Once we talked about, he does not want to throw many kicks because it makes it much easier to get taken down.
100%.
Wow. Big finish right there. Big finish for Christian Jones. I'd have to say he clearly won that round.
Yeah, I would think so.
We see Bobro and Despinet in the corner of Bryant Haynes. Bryant Haynes has a little bit of a bloody nose.
See over there in the corner of Christian, Coliseum Combat 170-pound champion.
Want to give a shout out to Hank and Jen, new investors in the B2 Digital Fighting Series from Detroit.
Nice. Thank you guys, really appreciate the help. We're going to do great things for you.
One thing Greg Bell continually says to me is we want to foster an environment where these fighters, Christian Jones, Bryant Haynes, can excel and they can take that next step to the next level. We don't want them here forever.
And that was really the only reason I got involved with the B2 Fight Series is, talking with Greg and letting, him really letting me know for sure that this is about the fighters and we want what's best for the fighters. And that's first and foremost. He always reiterates that fact to me because I'm a fighter first and foremost. So, I can't do anything that I think is not going to benefit the fighter. I want these fighters to go to the next level. That's what they want. We don't want you here forever. We want you here, and then we want to help you go to the next level, and that's what Greg's committed to. Bryant switching stances there, going from southpaw to right-handed.
Yeah, showing Christian Jones a little bit of a different look. Good level change and then coming back up with punches, both fighters.
Nice right hook from Christian Jones there.
Yeah, Bryant landed one as well, though.
Wow.
Great job of Christian Jones to run his feet straight through that takedown.
Well, I mean, he's doing a great job. He knows that Bryant has to come to him, so he's standing outside enough, moving around, and when Bryant commits, he can either back up and throw punches or he can get in and get the takedown. That's what he's doing. And do you know how disheartening, nice big punch. You know how disheartening that is, that if you're the wrestler and a guy's taking you down. Oh.
Bro in the corner, Bryant Haynes, is instructing him to re-guard. He wants to get out of the half guard position.
Yeah, Ian Pomfret over there on the other side telling Christian Jones to let it go.
I mean, half guard is a great position when you're in jiu-jitsu. When you're in a fight and the guy's got your head pushed against the fence, half guard doesn't do much.
Yeah,
You're continuing to take a beating. So
nice job of Bryant there to move his hips and recover his guard.
Bryant Haynes taking instruction from Bro in the corner.
wow, he's taking a lot of heavy punches right now. There's,
If anyone is capable of weathering this storm, I'd say it's Bryant Haynes.
Yeah, he's a beast. Is Bryant on his neck? No.
he had a good grip on the neck, but he couldn't control the hips.
Yeah, he slipped out just a bit.
And that's about the third time, I think, that we've seen Christian Jones get the takedown. So,
Yeah, it's so difficult as a fighter when you get to the 99th percent of having a success, and then they stop that 1%.
yeah, and that's all it takes, that 1%, the head pops out. And
Yep.
you know how demoralizing.
We saw earlier Bryant right in front of a single leg, double leg, single leg dump. Christian just finds a way to get out.
I think once again we're seeing the weight difference right here. I think we're seeing how much stronger and just
Definitely.
more physically able that Christian Jones is.
Good drag out by Bryant.
That was a tough round for him.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a tough kind of thing I would think for Bryant to come back from, because he's kind of really taken on the chin these last few rounds. So going against a bigger guy, a very athletic guy, a stronger guy, I mean, you can maybe make up that difference if all things are even, but when you have a guy who's kind of bringing it to you and you have those disadvantages, it's kind of like, what are you supposed to do at that point?
Bryant Haynes is 5-0, and he's a wrestler first and foremost.
Mm-hmm. And he's being taken down.
Yeah.
What do you do at this point? You have to change it up. He better come with some hard punches or really commit to this takedown at this point.
If I'm Bryant, I trust the cornering of Nick Bubrow and Derek Despinet. They've got the intelligence to switch up the game plan on the fly.
That's what he needs to do, because Christian Jones is doing a good job of not letting him get this takedown, being very mobile, moving laterally, making it difficult.
Absolutely. And this is not the first time Bryant's faced adversity in his life.
No.
Not by a long shot. He'll come back.
Two-time state qualifier in Indiana. He is very familiar with high-pressure situations.
But man, is Christian Jones just doing such a good job in this fight.
Absolutely.
So impressive.
Probably one of the best fights I've seen.
Yes. Yeah.
He just really seems on point right now.
Yeah. To be able to, we know that Bryant is coming up, but still to be able to shine like this against such a good opponent as Bryant, you can't say enough about that.
Bryant Haynes is maintaining his role as the aggressor despite probably losing the fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's constantly threatening the level change.
Well, you're not ever going to intimidate that guy.
No, this is what he's going to do, it looks like, all the time. But
yeah, Bryant's smart, and his corners are honest, and they're telling him, you probably need to finish this fight, brother. Body, head, that one landed for Bryant. Good level change.
look at that timing right there. That's all timing. He waited for a big punch. He ducked right under. Good takedown right there.
Yeah, and great mat awareness from Christian King Jones. He knows he's up on the rounds. He knows Bryant's got to come at him.
Landing some big punches right there, too, with his head flat against the ground. Those are the kind that hurt. When their head's down, there's nowhere for that energy to go besides into your skull.
Absolutely.
Few knees to the body right there just to keep active, keep landing something.
Yeah, Christian Jones is not sitting back on his laurels. He's pushing the issue.
Wow. Good way to regain half guard right there by Bryant. You know, unfortunately for Bryant Haynes right now, he's in the position where he's got to do something different. He's on bottom. He's losing this fight.
If he gets back to his feet, he's got to take some risks.
Well, even like right now, he has to. He's in a bad position. He's got to get to his feet somehow. He might have to give up his back and use that fence to stand up. He's got to do something because they're standing here or sitting in this position. He's going to continue to lose this round.
Yeah, even on his back, he can't sit here. There's plenty of time left in this round. He's going to have to risk something.
And I know it's very difficult to do because when you give up your back, there's a good chance you're going to get hit a lot or submitted.
And again, it's so easy for us sitting here in our cushy chairs to say
well,
that.
I mean, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just telling what he has to do. The reality of the situation is you're going to lose right now. You have to change that. And Christian knows that. So he's just going to put in the position where, hey, you have to do something to beat me. I'm winning the fight. Very interested to see what the corner right now of Bryant Haynes is going to tell him right now. Can't really hear what's being said right now.
What do you think that Dispinet is telling him?
Well, obviously, I'd be telling him you're down big. You're going to have to finish this fight. So, you know, if you can land a big punch, do that. But if not, we're going to get him to the ground and go for a submission. Don't try and get position. Try and go. You have to get the submission. Don't try and grind out a victory. Yeah, don't. You know, we're going for it if we get him at the ground.
Yeah, for Bryant right now, I fully believe that Derek Dispinet is telling him you have to throw caution to the wind. There's probably in all likelihood down 4 rounds to none.
In the 4th round, it looked like Bryant had that mentality. He was going for the big shot, and he got taken down.
Yeah, well, he was throwing big punches. That's the problem. When you're throwing those big punches, you open yourself up, and when that makes it easier for the other guy to take you down. So that's that catch-22 position you're in. Either you throw big punches and run the risk of getting taken down, or you don't. Got lots of advice being given to Bryant Haynes.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation when you're 5-0 and you have your family here. Everyone's in attendance. Everyone has advice for you.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, he still has a lot of fire left. He's still got the heavy left hand right there.
Yeah, you're not going to keep Bryant Haynes down. Christian doing a good job of circling off to his left. That right hand just missed.
You know he realizes he's winning right now.
Good cage walk from Bryant. But
Christian's just relentless with that takedown right now. I mean, Bryant stopped 1, he stopped 2, but he kept coming. He got the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's just hard to deal with when you got a guy that tenacious. Oh, now he's looking at a Habib move right now, just blocking those legs off.
Yep.
I don't know. People realize how difficult that is to get out of. That will stalemate this fight very quick. And it's great when you're on top. You can just sit there and continue to land punches.
Yeah, and if Christian were professional, the elbows would be all day.
Exactly. Now, this is what we talked about earlier. Bryant is in a position, he's got to do something, because if he sits right here, the fight is over. I think he realized that, but he's mounted right now. I mean, it's a very difficult spot for him. Now, to be honest with you, if I'm Christian right now, I don't even want to be mounted. That's easier to get rolled. I'm probably going to go to side mount where I can just continue to grind this out and put him away that way.
I would agree completely. I would probably hop off to my left side if I was Christian Jones and put Bryant's back on the cage.
That would be a perfect move.
Yeah, but me as a 170-pound fighter, I probably couldn't do that to Bryant. So I'm not giving advice to either of these guys.
Oh, wow.
I mean, right there, like we talked about, Bryant Haynes doing a great job of giving it everything he has. I think it's just a little too little with the increase in the weight class, I think. Referee stoppage, wow.
In the 5th and final round.
Referee looked like he'd seen enough. I guess he felt like he was not going to get up from that position. Now, in certain fights, I would say I would like to let things continue, but as an amateur, I have no problem with that stopping. You know, I mean, your goal is to get better as a fighter. I clearly didn't feel like he was going to win the fight. What's the point?
I agree.
Great show of sportsmanship, Christian Jones.
And once again, I think that's the best I've seen Christian Jones look.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Now, at this point, I have to wonder, when does he start thinking about turning professional?
I think that might have been the last time he fights as an amateur. This will take him to 9-2, I believe.
Well, Christian, if you decide to listen to this broadcast, we're all pulling for you to turn pro next.
Yeah, that's a young man that deserves to get paid.
Yeah, oh, exactly. He's put in enough work, and he's done enough. He's looking great.